So let's talk about some of the issues, and then we'll take some of these calls at 504-556-9696. One of the things we've been talking about this morning, of course, battle going on in the Louisiana Republican Party. Got, of course, some saying they need to get behind one candidate. Others saying, hey, they need the process go forward. That's my position, that we shouldn't be jumping in to endorse anybody now. Obviously, some party leaders disagree with that. We had a lot of response to the column at BayoubuzZ.com from various Republican operatives.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think, well, first of all, thank you for writing the column. You know, I mean, it was really funny because, I mean, I personally got attacked, you know, for the headline, and you wrote the column, and you know, I mean, that's how emotional this whole thing is. And you know, you probably know more about this than I do. I mean, you know, people have said to me, and I think to you also, that there's a lot of people who are, say, Tea Party people who are supporting Cassidy, and so your column was off base. And then, you know, there's a debate as to who's in the Tea Party and who's supporting the Tea Party. And that's, I think, what's happening here. You know, but it's certainly, I think, it was a very good column, and I think it opens up a really good area of discussion.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. The polls are continuing to come out. One poll up in North Louisiana was interesting in that it showed Colonel Manus with 16% of the vote, which was his high watermark. And I think it'll be interesting to see if that trend continues. I know Paul Hollis is gearing up more, and people continue to have questions about Cassidy and whether he's the real deal. Is he a real conservative? What's going on with him and Cassidy Care and all these other issues where, you know, maybe he's not as conservative as we're being led to believe by some of these operatives?
Well, that's, you know, I mean, that's going to be an issue, and keep in mind, Jindal basically had also promoted the idea of expanding Medicaid, you know, back in, I think, 2007. Mm-hmm. So, but, you know, the state would have to pay more of the bill at that time. So, you know, things evolve. You know, they need to be questioned about these things, though.
Now let's stay on that issue of expanding Medicaid, because that's what David Vitter said he would consider, which I thought surprising, I guess, if he was elected governor.
Yeah, that surprised me also. My general feeling, I mean, just and I wasn't there, and I really wanted to go, but I didn't go. But my general feeling, reading the reports and all, is that number one, he didn't want to make any commitments to anything because he wants some time to look at some things. He wasn't really familiar with all the aspects of Common Core, the levy lawsuit legislation, and so I think that, you know, he just was out there to throw himself out there to get the conversation going. He may have wanted to moderate his stances a little bit rather than be the NO or NEAUX, which he has been, I believe, in the last say 6 years or more, and 10 years, and I think that's kind of it. So what's your take? I mean, you know,
well, yeah, he might be trying to moderate his image a little. He might be trying to expand his appeal beyond just conservatives. I think he's laying the groundwork to run for governor. What's interesting is that, you know, the kissing congressman, Vance McAllister, said that, you know, party leaders were telling him to resign because of his escapade with the aide. But one person that told him to stand fast was David Vitter. And I thought that was interesting due to Vitter's own, I guess, scandal, that Vitter told McAllister to, you know, not bow to the pressure and to hang on. And that McAllister sort of was holding on to that as one of the reasons why he didn't resign, and he stayed. And now he's going to have his hands full because the nephew of Phil Robertson of the Duck Dynasty clan, Zach Dasher, who I saw at the RLC a few weeks ago, very impressive guy, is going to be running, and I think that would torpedo any hope Vance McAllister has. I don't know about your thoughts.
Well, there's two issues I see. Number one issue is, what do I think about, say, Jindal? I'm sorry, Vitter, giving that kind of advice to McAllister. And obviously, there's probably nobody in politics that I know of that could give that kind of advice other than Vitter in terms of local politics. And he wrote the book, so it is interesting. It is, and McAllister is considering running, so he's going to have some competition. I wonder if if they're forming the Duck Party.
Well, I mean, they seem to be doing a lot of politics, not just duck hunting, huh? And their TV show, they're really entering into the political fray, it seems.
Yeah, they have an image that they're trying to adhere to, and so this is a way for them to express themselves. So whether or not they're power brokers or not, will remain. That we'll have to see.